Welkom terug. Vir baie is dit net nog 'n werksdag, nog 24 uur, maar vir ander is dit 'n groot dag. Ek praat van 29 Februarie en ek is seker vele verstaan glad nie hoe die dag inpas nie, of selfs of dit van belang is nie. Daarom bring ons die kenners in soos ons volgende gas. Verwelkom asseblief astroloog Margarita Celeste. Eerstens, wat is 'n astroloog?
Okay. So in astrology, a lot of people call us astrologists. So I'm just going to debunk that right away. So our professional term is an astrologer. And our job, or my full-time job, is to look at the pattern of the planets at the time of your birth and be able to tell you a whole lot about yourself, your relationships, your communication style, your emotional style, your career, your money, just about everything you can think of. So it's really interesting.
Kyk, maar dan is daar mense wat glo is duiwels dinge, nie?
Absolutely. Yeah, I get that question a lot. And yeah, all it really is a language. You know, it's a language, it's an archetypal, symbolic language that helps you to just uncover a little bit of your personality. And it's based on kind of whatever is going on above reflects what's going on below. You know, we live our lives according to the sun's rising in the morning, it influences the seasons, the moon influences the tides, and so it has an effect on us. And for me, actually, it's brought me closer to the divine or God, because it just makes you see what an incredible pattern there is going on, and we just learn how to read that pattern. So there's
if I come and consult you, then what do you ask me?
So I just get your time, place, and date of your birth.
And if I don't know?
So the time we can rectify, we use your life events. And well, yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, but we use about 10 to 20 life events of yours, and we kind of like move the things around because certain planets indicate certain events, like marriages and deaths and births and things like that. So we kind of, yeah, we're like, we're engineers, I suppose, in a strange little way. Yeah, investigators.
And what effect does leap year have on all of us and the planets?
So leap year is more of a technical thing than a symbolic thing.
Okay.
That's really important to remember. So the Earth goes around the sun 364 days and 18 hours per year. So we lose out on about 6 hours per year. So we've got to make up those 6 hours. It's actually really technical. And astrology is also really technical. But what's interesting about leap year is that the numbers 2 and 9 add up to 11, and February is the second month. And in numerology, which is it's more like numbers, not astrology, those are the numbers of relationship. So 2, partnership, 11, 1 and 1, people coming together. So you'll find that there's a lot of emphasis on relationships during a leap year.
Oh, no.
I got engaged.
Okay, because the lady over here, sy het vroeër genoem dat baie mense dan nou die jaar, hulle beplan om die jaar te trou en hulle wil verloop.
So many engagements. I've never seen so many engagements.
Nee, ek is okay dan.
But how do they celebrate their anniversary then? Like, they have to wait until 4 years?
No.
I mean, how fabulous is that?
Yeah.
Not at all. So it doesn't work like that at all. You won't have to wait 4 years. You're not, you know, if you're born in a leap year, you're not sort of 4 years old.
But you just choose another date, like this year, the 4th of June.
No. It will be either the 28th of Feb or the 1st of March. Yeah.
You can decide.
Okay, so now,
No, you won't decide. So you'll know. So the sun will have to return to the exact same place and minute and degree, and it will fall either on the 28th or on the 1st. So it's like I said, it's very technical.
So yeah, go.
So go. Well, firstly, you wanted to know, is this a good year to be engaged? I think that was one of the questions.
Success wants to know.
Yes.
Ja, is wel almal.
Yeah, and
Ons wil weet of dit 'n
anymore.
suksesvolle jaar is.
Yeah. So it's a great year to be engaged. It's not, honestly, if you're planning to get married, I would probably put some plans on hold.
Oh my word! Yes, ek kan nie trou nie. Kyk.
no.
Why? Okay, so
Disaster.
yeah, next year's a better time to get married, in all honesty, because most of this year we have 2 big planets, Venus, which is the planet of love, everybody knows that, and Mars, which is also a planet of love, but he's more the planet of desire and conflict. And both of these 2 planets are they're doing this thing called retrograde. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Mercury retrograde. Okay, so Mercury's communication, And when Mercury goes retrograde like it is now, communication can be a bit wobbly. So when a love planet and a conflict planet go retrograde, you can imagine relationship issues and conflict issues become a little bit tricky. And anybody or any astrologer worth their salt would not advise to get married over a Venus retrograde or a Mars retrograde. And that's going to be happening.
I go
for most
back
of
to
the
my
year.
question? So when I come to you, what will you ask? Is it like I'm going to a doctor? He asks me, is your boss here? Pyn jou ore,
ja.
klop jou hartie lekker nie. What's the consultation like?
Sure. So, yeah, so you give me those birth details. I give you a form, and I ask you if there's any areas you want to focus on. So, relationship is what most people want to focus on, money, career. Sometimes you don't give me anything at all, and you just want a general kind of life direction. So once I get all of your information and all the focus you want to give me, I take a few hours to prepare your chart, and then in that session we sit down and I give you all of that information about everything you want to know and more. We look at your birth chart, which is who you are, and then we look at any forecasts, kind of like weather forecasting, you know, so I can see a trend that's coming into a certain area of your life, and I can give you a heads up, this is going to happen, and you have these.
So how long does that take, that consultation process?
About an hour to an hour and a half. I record the session, send it to you afterwards, and it's this amazing thing because you'll hear certain things in the session that you want to hear, but then you'll listen to it afterwards, and there'll be all these other things that kind of come in. So you can come once in your life, or you can come to me every year on your birthday.
Let's talk about star signs. Like, how does it affect leap year?
So leap year falls over the time of Pisces. So it really won't have any effect on any of the star signs at all.
En ook met 'n weegskaal nie, want weegskaal is perfek, ons is altyd gebalanseerd.
No, the problem with the Scorpio, because I'm a typical Scorpio, so the problem with the Scorpio is there's one extra day this year for
It's
us to
not-
be in a bad mood.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Pisces. Just tell me how leap year is going to affect me, because I was born 6th of March.
Yeah, so honestly, it really won't affect, a leap year won't affect you particularly.
It's a
There might be
man-made
other
calendar.
things that are going on in the charts, other planets that are sort of traveling around your chart that will affect you personally. In order to be able to, for me to tell you, I would need to look at your charts.
Die volle datum en alles. Jy het myne gekry.
I've got yours in front of me right
Okay, wat het jy
here.
gesien?
So what I find interesting about your chart, obviously you know you're a Libra, but you have some other signs in your chart, and you're actually very dominantly Scorpio. You've got a lot of Scorpio in your Yeah, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 planets in Scorpio. There's 10 planets in total that we work with.
Ja.
So you are quite Scorpionic in nature, so very deep, and well, this lady will tell you what a Scorpio is like.
Diep. Ek is 'n diep mens.
Yeah. And what's also interesting about your chart is you've got a bit of a contradiction going there, because she's a Libra, which is all very like nice and people-pleasing and wants to sort of put everybody else first. But there's also a big part of you that's very independent, very assertive, very much a go-getter, very like
No, we
fiery.
know that. Yeah.
Have you guys seen that in her?
Oh, totally.
But her partner will see the Libra in her, you know, wanting to please. And in fact, she can be, sometimes you can get very swallowed up in a relationship, totally like involved. But you've got that independent side. And yeah.
Okay.
True, yeah. So also what I find interesting, you've got a Leo moon. So your moon is also really important. It's as important as your sun. And a Leo moon is born to be on stage, for one thing.
Well, that ain't no baby.
Gaan julle nie dit oor vertel?
Yeah. Dramatic. Is she dramatic?
Totally.
Yeah.
Not jou leenaar.
Nog.
Warm, loving, big heart, likes a lot of attention, very stylish. I mean,
Never.
No way.
Ek vat die stylish.
and you know, in terms of what's coming up for you, I think it's going to be really important for you in terms of balancing you've got a big career year coming up. You know, you've got a lot of planets moving into that area of your chart, giving you a lot of responsibility, a lot of structure, a lot of authority. But it is directly going to affect your relationship, so it's going to be really important for you to find that balance.
Oh, ek is so spyt ek het nie my verloofde se datum ook gegee nie.
When is your partner's, well, what is he?
Oh, I don't know.
Jy kan mos ook dinkie.
Nee, man, ek weet wanneer sy verjaarsdag is net weegskale ken mos net hulle eie sterretekens. Ons ken nie ander mense se
The
nie.
birthday.
Okay, the birth
Yeah.
he is the 19th of the 2nd, 83.
Okay, so he's an Aquarius. Oh, that's a lovely match for you. It's perfect.
That's why we are so good together.
Oh, you see, there we go.
It's a great match. Libra is an air sign and Aquarius is an air sign. So talk.
Do you usually
Ja nee,
find,
heeltemal te veel.
do you usually find that people actually just hold on to what they want to hold on to when they're after a consultation?
Oh, definitely. They want to hear what they want to hear.
How do you deal with the skeptics? I can see Zelda, you're going like,
Yeah, skeptics. I mean,
Ja, want ek sou nou al 3 keer met 'n dokter getrou het voor 35. En ek is nou al so ver verby 35. That's not gonna happen.
yeah, I mean, I welcome skeptics because if you ever had to study astrology or come for a consultation, in fact, I say to a skeptic, come for a consultation, just come. You know, you can come and you can be totally disbelieving. Please be disbelieving when you walk into my office because it is phenomenal when you actually give the information to the clients, how much of it just lands and it works and you can't make it up. It's, you know, as much as you would like to maybe, you can't. It's just...
So if you know about negative things like Success was asking, do you tell or do you like, I'm going to sugarcoat it a little bit?
Well, it depends on the client's state of mind and their emotional space, you know.
So daar inkom en huil. Nee.
Yeah, you've got to be quite careful. I think as an astrologer, you've got to be quite responsible. If you're dealing with someone who's on the brink of a nervous breakdown, or you know, and which you get, you do get those kinds of people. You've got to be a lot more gentle, and sometimes certain information is better to be gentle with.
Yeah.
Sien julle, ek het die probleem nie want ek is stylvol. Dis al wat ek wil weet. Dis al wat ek gaan
Is that all word?
Ek is stylish. Dis al wat ek gaan onthou. Margarita, baie dankie. Dit was fantasties. Vir meer oor Margarita gaan besoek haar webwerf margaritaceleste.com. Ons is nou weer terug.